Good day, everyone. We are the students from the Lyceum of the Philippines, University Manila, and we are here to present our study titled A Quantitative Analysis of the Cafe Preferences Among Gen Z in Bonifacio Global City. Our study focuses on Gen Z cafe consumers in BGC, a major commercial and lifestyle district in Metro Manila. As cafe presence within BGC continues to grow, we found it important to understand what factors influence Gen Z customers in choosing where to purchase coffee. To provide a strong theoretical foundation for our study, we anchored our research on two established theories: the theory of planned behavior by Asgen and the expectation confirmation theory by Oliver. According to the theory of planned behavior, consumer behavior is driven by intentions which are influenced by attitudes, social norms, and perceived control. In the context of our study, this explains how Gen Z cafe customers form purchase intentions based on their perceptions of price, service quality, product quality, ambiance, and location and accessibility. Meanwhile, the expectation confirmation theory explains customer satisfaction and repeat behavior. This theory states that consumers compare their actual cafe experience with their prior expectations. When expectations are met or exceeded, particularly in terms of service quality, product consistency, and value for money, customers are more likely to feel satisfied and return. Together, these theories support our assumption that price and quality influence Gen Z's cafe preferences, satisfaction, and likelihood of repeat visits. We develop our conceptual framework, which illustrates the relationship between the independent and dependent variables of the study. The framework assumes that when Gen Z consumers perceive high quality and reasonable pricing, it positively affects their purchasing behavior and overall cafe preference. This conceptual model serves as the basis for our questionnaire design, data gathering, and statistical analysis, ensuring that all variables measured were aligned with the objectives of the study. For our data gathering procedures, we gather data using both Google Forms and face-to-face service among BGC Gen Z cafe consumers.
Were analyzed using frequency, percentage, weighted mean, and standard deviation to examine the relationship between variables. Our questionnaires use a 5-point Likert scale to measure the responses. Measured the strength and direction of the relationship between the two continuous variables, such as how affordability and quality affected Gen Z cafe choices. For the hypothesis testing, null, there was no significant relationship between affordability and cafe choice. Alternative, there was a significant positive relationship. For our demographics revealed that most of our respondents were 18 to 21 years old. Most of them were females and students earning 1,000 to 9,000 pesos per month. And a majority also reported visiting cafes frequently, indicating active engagement in cafe culture.
So for the ambience, so the highest mean score was 4.61, showing that temperature regulation is the most bad ambience factor. So the lowest mean was 4.27, referring to the type of music, which respondents still agree is important but not as influential. So for the location and accessibility, so meanwhile, the highest mean was 4.65, indicating that having clear menu displays greatly improves ordering experience. So for the lowest mean was 4.23, referring to inclusive facilities, showing agreement but slightly less emphasis. So these results highlights that Gen Z values practicality, comfort, and ease of movement within the cafe space.
For quality of service, the highest mean was 4.64, showing that receiving the correct and accurate order is extremely important. The lowest mean was 4.47, referring to staff recommendations, still interpreted as strongly positive. For quality of product, the highest mean was 4.54, shows that Gen Z values unique signature blends, giving cafes competitive identity. The lowest mean was 4.46, referring to packaging design still positive but less influential. These results suggest that Gen Z consumers expect cafes to excel in both product accuracy and product.
For Table 11 price, the respondents collectively rated their experience with an overall mean of 4.42. The highest mean was 4.63, showing strong agreement that strategic pricing leads to satisfaction and sustainability, while the lowest mean was 4.10, meaning pricing concern exists but respondents still generally agree. Let's now proceed to the second SOP. For Table 13, purchase frequency, the respondents collectively rated their experience with an overall mean of 4.40. For purchase frequency, the highest mean was 4.62, meaning good service makes Gen Z want to return. On the other hand, the item with the lowest mean 4.09 but still interpreted as ugly. For Table 14, impulse buying, the respondents collectively rated their experience with an overall mean of 4.10. The highest mean was 4.28, showing that popular menu highlights strongly triggered unplanned purchases, while the lowest mean is 3.95, indicate that social media hype still contributes to impulse buying but to slightly lower extent.
For the perceived value, the highest mean and the result was 4.57, showing that consistent service quality has the strongest impact on consumer value perception. The lowest mean garnered 4.17, meaning impulse purchases are viewed as small personal rewards but not a major factor. The Pearson correlation results show that all factors recorded p-values less than 0.001, indicating a strong statistical significance. This means that the more Gen Z perceives high quality and reasonable pricing, the more likely they are to choose a cafe and return to it.
So for the conclusion, Gen Z strongly agreed that ambience, location, price, service quality, and product quality influence their purchase decisions. So for the purchase frequency, impulse buying, and perceived value were also evaluated positively. The highest overall mean was quality of service, which is 4.57, showing it is the strongest driver of coffee preference. So for the hypothesis decision, because significance levels were far below 0.01, the null hypothesis was rejected, meaning there is a significant positive relationship between perceived value and cafe quality and Gen Z's likelihood of choosing a cafe.
Our recommendations are based on the highest and lowest need statements, ambience, and accessibility. Cafes should maintain optimal indoor temperature for comfort. Menu boards and displays must be clearly visible to improve ordering flow. This small operational adjustment strengthen the customer experience and improve decision making at point purchase.
For the quality of service proving statement, the ordered products are accurate and exact according to what you have requested. This means customers value cafes that consistently serve the correct items without mistakes, ensuring accuracy in orders, build trust and satisfaction because customers feel their preferences are respected. Next proving statement, I am more satisfied with my cafe visits when staff are trained in customer service. This highlights that customers appreciate well-trained staff who are polite, attentive, and professional. Good customer service enhances the overall experience, making customers feel welcome and cared for during their visit.
For our recommendation on quality of product, we suggest developing unique signature blends to differentiate the cafe and build product identity. For the price, this is the highest proving statement so that we suggest implementing pricing strategies aligned with Gen Z spending behavior, affordable but reflective of product quality. These strategies balance brand appeal and long-term profitability.
For the recommendation of purchase frequency and impulse buying, cafe should highlight customer favorites and bestsellers to influence fast purchase decisions. Exceptional service directly increases the livelihood of return visits.
To enhance perceived value, cafes should deliver consistent service at every touchpoint, prioritizing the total experience rather than just the product. To wrap up our presentation, our finding shows that Generation Z cafe consumers in Bonifacio Global City highly value service quality, reasonable pricing, and consistent overall experience. Among all the factors studied, quality of service emerged as the strongest determinant, influencing cafe preference, followed by product quality, ambience, location accessibility, and price. This finding suggests that cafes in BGC should focus not only on attractive pricing, but more importantly on delivering reliable service and maintaining consistent quality. Once again, this study provides insights that can help cafe operators better understand Gen Z consumers and improve their competitiveness in the cafe industry. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.